spreads, totals, props. Lots of ways to win money, but also lots of ways to lose. It's time for some sharp analysis. All sports, all over the globe, all the time. Home of the Guess Better jackpot, it's CorBET. Here is your host, Dylan Corbett.
Welcome in. This is the Thursday edition of CorBET. We're excited. We're welcoming back guest Bettor Christos. Christos, it's been too long, man. You've got a treat for us. You got to play in Thursday Night Football, but also you've got a legendary gambling story. Unfortunately, it went the wrong way for your buddy, right?
Yeah. What do you want to start with, the pick or the story?
Oh, let's get the story. I've been inking at the teeth here.
All right. So I'm not really a good college sports bettor. I've never really been a college sports guy. Always kind of been professional. So a few of us went away this weekend. We took a long weekend in Palm Springs. It was about 14 of us. And one of my friends is a huge gambler. Not the way we gamble, just to the extreme.
Okay.
Gambling.
Give me a number. Give me a number. Are we talking 4 figures, 3 figures?
So a minimum bet is like $1,000.
There we go.
And so he wakes me up early on Saturday morning. And he's like, hey, I got you a birthday present. And I'm like, oh, what is it? And he goes, I just put $3K on Marshall to beat Rice this morning. So you got to wake up and watch it. You've got a unit out of the bet. I'm like, first of all, I don't even know where Marshall is. Right. Second of all, I don't even know where Rice is either. And when we turn on the game, it looks like a high school football game. So Marshall was ranked, right? And their quarterback is a pretty impressive player. And
I've got this game. They were minus 24.5 at home against Rice.
Yeah. So he bought it down to, I think, minus 22.5. And he thought he was a rocket scientist. And so we're sitting there watching, and I don't know if you guys watched the game, but I think in the first half, the guy threw 2 picks. Quarterback threw 2 picks. They immediately went down like 14 points. And so there's $3K right down the drain. And being the degenerate that he is, there were other options. I got a tip on Coastal Carolina and wasn't priced appropriately. I was watching the Manchester United game simultaneously. I saw that, they didn't have Bruno Fernandes or Pogba in yet. So second half, I was thinking of taking a second half bet,
Some
which
options.
Also would have hit. Yeah, so –
Oh, I lost him.
Where we've already lost $3,000, and two potential games where a different outcome can happen. Anyway, so he's dead set on Marshall.
They're gonna come back.
And yeah, like they're gonna come back. So he goes Marshall second half.
So they're down 10-0 at half. I've got this game right in front of me. They're down 10-0. He goes for the double dip.
He goes for the double dip, and it's more than a double dip at this point. He maxes out his book. His other book, he maxes out one of my books. All in, he gets up to 10K, and it was either like I don't know.
I've got the final score. This is a great exclamation point. So he's got 10K in. Marshall is a 24.5 point favorite. They are up down 10-0 at halftime. He's thinking, okay, minus 10 second half is the lock. Rice beats Marshall 20-0.
20-0. So he lost that bet by 42 points. The quarterback on Marshall threw 5 picks, and Marshall laid a goose egg.
Say it ain't so. I hope it didn't ruin your guys' day. That's early morning. I mean, happy late birthday, right, Christos?
Oh, God. That's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. I think he froze on us here. We'll see if he will jump back in. If not, we can edit it down. But, Matt, we still got you here. So we've got the Guess Better play. Christos just told that legendary story of Marshall basically not even putting up a point as a 24.5 point favorite. Don't worry. I've been there. Maybe not $10,000 on a day, but I've been there. So let's just get into our plays, Matt, here, and then hopefully Christos, who is frozen right now, looks exceptional here in front of the New York skyline, but we'll get our plays in here. So let's see. I've got the one play in college football today. We've got 2 games. I'm on the under in FAU and Southern Mississippi. That's at 43.5. Basically, neither of these teams score. This is both kind of a crapshoot under 43.5. The last game just went to 43 for FAU. They have really trouble scoring points. So I like the under there. as I'm trying to get Christos back in here, under 43.5. Let's go to college hoops, Matt. What do you have?
So I looked long and hard at the board today before I found something I liked. It's a tough card. We got the Dakota Showcase going on.
I lost internet. I don't know why. They're doing construction across the street.
Christos, no worries. We got you back in. The legendary story loss. We're just getting into plays here. Matt's got a college basketball play, and then we'll get your Thursday night football pick.
All right, excellent.
All right, so I'm looking closely, and this play is going to be my 100th CBB play of the year. Having a good start, so I had to put some time into this one.
Hold on. We got to pull up the numbers because, again, you went, 3-1 yesterday. Your official record, 57, 38-4. You're hitting at a 60% clip in college hoops. It's actually you're carrying the entire pod right now. 34 units you are up, and I believe you have a note here said play of the year.
Correct. Correct. Play of the year. San Diego State +3 against Arizona State. Arizona State's a good team. Don't get me wrong. These teams are very even. I have this game at more of a pick'em line. Arizona State is without one of their best players, Marcus Bagley, one of their freshmen. He is out with a foot or leg injury. But bottom line here, both of these teams can score. San Diego State is much better defensively. Their defensive efficiency rate is 30 points higher than Arizona State. That's going to be a big deal here. And they're also going to beat them on the rebounds, offensive and defensive rebounds. I think San Diego State controls the glass there. They'll slow the play down a little bit at their pace. As you said, play of the year, I have 4.4 units on it to win for you.
I love it.
Yeah, San Diego State. Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm on them as well. I grabbed them late here right before we hopped on this pod. I got them +2.5. This was one of the best teams in college basketball last year. I don't know why they weren't getting the love this year, but they're undefeated. They're creeped into the top 25 in Arizona State. You know, they're kind of falling the wrong way. You mentioned the Dakota Bowl, North Dakota State winless so far. South Dakota State having a good season so far. Didn't they beat Bradley? So they've got a couple of nice wins. This is too many points. NDSU was the Summit League champs last year. I'm sorry, what? Like, this is a rivalry game. So I've got NDSU here +8. South Dakota State, they're 1-0 as a favorite. They've not covered. So
I looked long and hard at that. I just didn't want to pull the trigger, but my lean is North Dakota State +8.
They've bit me before this year, but I think it's too many.
They're 0-4, but they're playing well. They almost beat Kansas. They still have some guys from that team who won the regular season last year this summer. Yeah, they should keep it close. Rivalry game for sure.
That does it for college hoops. Christos notoriously staying away from college. Just got bit most recently this Saturday. Christos, what's your play? And then give us the punchline to that crazy 10K loss.
Yeah, absolutely. So my play, I liked the Rams at -6 +105. I like them a lot better at -4.5, even though it's not a great number. I still think I like the Rams. Their defense is very strong. I don't have much faith in the Patriots, despite the two most recent games that they played. They beat a Chargers team and they really blew them out, which was surprising to me, especially with Austin Eckler back. And then they beat a Cardinals team that, has had some bad luck, I think, but I think it's still a strong team. LA, on the other hand, definitively beat the Cardinals. So, I like their defense, although Goff is always it's always a toss-up for me. I do think that the Rams have a good shot here to cover. Keep it nice and simple.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately going against you. I grabbed this earlier in the week. Been on the Patriots the last 2 weeks against the Cardinals, and then again, or rather, I sat out the Cardinals, but obviously acknowledged that as a big win. And then I was on them when they blew out the Chargers, as you said, Christos. Nobody saw that coming. Herbert looks like the best quarterback so far, and you get shut down.
You get rookie games every now and again, and
true, but they usually happen against the Patriots a little too many times, right? 45-0. That's crazy. I've got New England here +6. Again, I grabbed this earlier in the week. Some late steam are all the way already down. Tickets are basically split in the middle. But again, so maybe a little bit sharp action there on the Patriots. The Rams are a great team. Christos, is that your team? I know Aaron Platts is a big Rams fan. Is that your spot as well? Or no, you're New York, right?
I'm a Giants fan, and to be leading the division at, I think, what are we, 5-7 right now is hilarious. We play in the minor leagues, but
and they're a cover machine. The Giants have been a cover machine this year.
Absolutely. I think the defense finally figured it out. And firing the offensive line coach helped us out a little bit. I think Dan Jones or whatever quarterback has stepped in for him since then has gotten better protection than in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, Joe Judge certainly looks like he's got those guys in the right direction. Basically, what I got here for the Patriots, they're 3-3 so far as a dog. That's straight up. They're 4-2 as a dog against the number. So I'll play the number because I still think the Rams are a good team. They're 4-1 at home. They're pretty good at covering at home as well at 3-2. So hopefully we get a good game. Maybe we get a middle here. We got Bettor Christos winning with -5 for the Rams, and then maybe the Patriots there. I'll get a win as well. We'll see. I'll wrap up your story there with the punchline, Christos, and I'll let it in.
Yeah, so, my friend, obviously, if you're betting 10K game, you kind of live a crazy life, right? Poker player, gambler, so just kind of move that over to significant other. So he's got a pretty crazy girlfriend, and doesn't really appreciate his gambling and drinking habits. So throughout the day, I think they broke up 2 or 3 times and got back together. So the punchline of the weekend for us was our buddy lost 10K by noon, his girlfriend by 6, and his pants by 11 because the blackout set in at 11 p.m. And then he woke up the next day and just looked at me and goes, "Listen, I had a really great time, but this weekend ruined my life," and just got in the car and took off. And I haven't heard from him since. So,
well, we hope he's
doing
all right.
Okay.
I was hoping he woke up and looked at you and said, "Did Marshall win?"
No.
But yeah, tough loss there. God, I got to get it out to LA with you and Aaron. You guys sound like a crew I won't be around.
We're having a hell of a time, man. This is definitely the place to quarantine / stay at home. So whenever you want, the door's open. We do football Sundays. Platts is there. So come hang out, bet a few games, eat some pizza.
You know it. I love it. We welcome you on CorBETs anytime as well, too, Christos. Appreciate you coming back. Let's see if you can move on to day 2. Matthew Crusen. I'm Dylan Corbett. This is the Thursday edition of CorBETs. Let's cash.
Ciao.